What's up, everyone? It is Michelle Alexandria, this LGC10 Mythbuster at your service. So, I did a video on using Spider-Man Miles Morales to showcase the firmware 3.02, 3.2109 HGIG versus HDR dynamic tone mapping mode. For some reason, YouTube did not process the HDR. It was processed for a few minutes and then it was taken away. So for now on, I'm just going to do everything with 4K 60. I'm tired of fussing around with HDR. And the only other game that I've been actively playing, I was actively playing for a while was Ghost of Tsushima. I actually platinumed this game. It was the very first game I ever platinumed. So I'm going through Game Plus. I just beat Jedi Fallen Order. Woo! That game was driving me insane. So this is the only game I kind of have actively running right now. I don't know what my next game is going to be. I'm leaning towards Gears of War 5 since I've never played a Gears game. But I finally got Ghost of Tsushima to be in daylight mode. It's been so much time in the darkness. So I want to do this real quick before it changes again. So the rumor is that HDI, the game mode has been nerfed during the LGC10. It's been nerfed. It's so dark. It's so dark. And honestly, you can measure that the game mode has dropped by 100 nits. That's been confirmed by the folks at HDTV Test, and I trust Vincent. I don't trust a bunch of people who is sensationalized and make up blatant lies about stuff. So here, yes, it is by raw nit count, game HDIG has been dropped by 100 points. However, HGIG has always been a very dark mode, and anyone who claims otherwise is just a liar. So in 100 nits to the eye, you really can't discern the difference. You have to be really like pixel people to really notice the difference. And the thing that always drives me insane is people, when this firmware came out, everyone was really excited. Everyone was really happy with it. And then suddenly one person does a meter test and goes, "Oh my God, the nit count has actually dropped." Next thing you know, that's all everyone talks about. Next thing you know, everyone's like, "Oh my God, it's too dark." And then you have certain assholes on the internet, on YouTube, spreading BS lies and rumors, saying, "Oh no, it's dark across the board. Game mode, every mode is super dark." And they're using filmmaker mode to play games. Why do you guys listen to dumbasses like that? Do not mention that person on my channel ever, or your comment will be removed. I'm not trying to get into any kind of war. So here, let's just show this real quick. So this is Ghost of Tsushima. Again, you see, perfectly bright. The brightness is perfectly fine. And let me show you that this is 3.20 patch. Accessibility, support, software update. So here you can see, you can clearly see it's the 3.2109 patch. Does this look too dark to you? Honestly, be honest. Does this look too dark to you? In here, I'm going to run around for a bit. There is nothing dark about this. Everything looks perfectly fine. Look at that grass. Look at that sky. And everything else. So look at that. This is it. It's in standard HDR game mode on the LGC10. Does that look dark? Be honest. Now, and I'm going to show you the settings. Here we are, HDR game mode. And let's go to picture. I think it's under advanced controls. So now the dynamic tone mapping is turned on. See, it still looks beautiful. You turn it off, and then you see the tone mapping changes. the tone, when you turn off dynamic tone mapping, it makes things a little darker, but that's always been the case. Always. This mode has been without dynamic tone mapping. It is a little bit darker, and it's not necessarily that it's darker. It's just that it's doing what dynamic tone mapping does, exactly what it says it does. It creates a tone map. Now you go to HDIG, and really the difference between HDIG and dynamic tone mapping, there's no difference. So HDIG and dynamic tone mapping, HDIG and dynamic tone mapping off is essentially the same thing. And the one thing you have to remember about HDIG mode, it's not a real mode right now. HDIG is a mode that's for future games, when future games will be able to take full advantage of it. Because HDIG is kind of like Dolby Vision, where the metadata is going to be game specific. So right now there aren't any games built to utilize HDIG. So it's pretty much a fake mode to begin with. This is a future-proof mode where in the future, like probably in the next 2 years, more and more games will take advantage of HDIG. But right now, HDIG really just isn't a thing. And again, LG C10, one of the benefits of the LG C10 is there's so many different picture modes that you could brighten this TV up however you want. So if the mode's too dark for you, just go in and play around with the settings. It's not the fact that on paper it's nerfed by 100 nits. It doesn't really matter. I wish I had a TV where I could show you the before and after, and that's what I really wish someone would do, is have two LG C10s side by side and show you one with the firmware update and one without, so they can actually prove to you once and for all that, hey, the 100 nit difference doesn't necessarily matter. And that's my problem with this. Nit counts, have you ever noticed that people only bitch about nits when it comes to LG C10, but you never see people bitch about nits on Samsung's or any other TV when LG C10 is actually brighter than most Samsung TVs. It's actually brighter by raw nit counts than the Sony 950G, than the Sony 88H, than the Sony 900H. The LG C10 by raw nit counts, especially if you go look at Artines and sites like that, the LG C10 has a higher nit count than those TVs. But you never see people whine and piss and moan about the fact that, oh, the LG C10 is too dark, that those TVs are too dark, or anything else. So here, you go back, and I'm going to turn it back on, and you get your brightness back. So this whole harangue is much ado about nothing. It absolutely is much ado about nothing. So look at that. It's all back. And get all your brightness, your highlights, everything back. Just turn dynamic tone mapping back on. This is not a big thing. This whole brightness nerf is not a big deal. Don't listen to all the haters and people who don't even own this fucking TV. So that's it. Also, there is no conspiracy. LG did not nerf their TV because they're going to make an announcement next week about the C1. That would be effing stupid. Why would LG do that? Think about it, people. Why would LG do that? Use some common sense. If LG did that on purpose, who would trust them in the future? They would not only tick off the LG C10 owners, but then no one would trust them and run out and buy LG C1. And if you just bought an LG C10, TVs aren't like phones. People don't buy a brand new TV every single year, especially not a brand new OLED when these things are like $2,500. So there's nothing to be gained. Only LG losing their reputation and losing their loyal customer base. Not to mention, they sold so many LG C10 TVs on Black Friday where Black Friday is still under the extended return period for companies like Best Buy and Amazon. So if it came out in the next few days that, oh my God, LG purposely nerfed their LG C10 so that they could sell the LG C1, do you know how many people return the LG C10s? It makes 0 sense. Not to mention, the LG C1 won't even be available until April. So why would you nerf your current most popular TV in your most popular TV that they can't even keep in stock for just an announcement? We're talking about an announcement, not even a product that's in stores yet. And if you're waiting for the C1, you're I can understand the idea of waiting, but I went from a B7 to the C10, and honestly, there's no major picture improvements in the last 4 years, and I don't think there's going to be a major picture improvement next year. Sure, the TV may be a little bit brighter, but brightness is not everything. And sure, the LG C1 may have some additional modes, but it's going to go through the same growing pains that all TVs go through. Almost every TV that comes out in April is going to have some kind, March and April, from Sony, Samsung, and LG. It's going to have some major issue and something for people to whine about and keep those clicks up on YouTube. And then these TV companies will spend all year fixing them. The LG C10 right now for me is an almost perfect TV. I don't have any issues with it. Do I wish it was a little bit brighter? Yes. Do I wish the eARC worked a little more consistency? Yes, but nothing's perfect. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So I'm going to upload this now. And for some reason, I'm having trouble with my Spider-Man video. But yeah, this is just and since I have it, I was going to do a separate video. But once again, I want to prove to you morons that once again, certain people on YouTube are blatantly lying. The quote-unquote secret menu has not been ripped out. It has not been, and I'm going to do a separate quick video on this, but it has not been ripped out. And BT 2020 has not been ripped out. It's always been part of this TV. It's something that just automatically turns on when the content warrants it. Plus, there are a couple of settings in ISF Bright or ISF Dark, I think, where you can actually set your BT 2020 that way if you want to. But here, the person who's claiming that the secret menu option has been ripped out of this TV is a BS liar. Again, do not mention that person on my channel. They are banned from my channel, and I don't ever want their name mentioned on my channel, period. I would delete your comment if you mention their name, because I'm not trying to get into YouTube war with the psychotic liar. So here we go. So here we go. The secret menu setting. Here we go. 1111 3111. Oh, look at that. It is still there. You still have your colorimetry, your EOTF, your mastering peak, your mastering color, your matte CLL. And they even added a new setting for Dolby Vision, so you can actually change your Dolby Vision profile. I'm sorry, does that look ripped out to you? And I hate it when people just blatantly lie in their videos and continue to push that lie when any effing moron can prove it false. Will the person pushing this lie actually do a retraction? Hell no. Because, on the internet, so you can push a lie and you never have to suffer for pushing that lie. You just move on to another lie. So here we go. You have colorimetry, auto, you have BT709, and again, I'm not an expert. I don't know what any of this crap does. BT606, and ooh, there you go, BT 2020. It's not ripped out. EOTF, you got all this stuff. SDR gradients. And again, I don't claim to know what any of this stuff is. So I don't fuss around with it too much. You have mastering peak. This is where you can set your peak brightness, I think. Like you can go all the way up to 10,000. I have no idea what any of this stuff does. So again, I don't mess with it. You have your mastering color. Again, P3D65. Oh, look. BT 2020. It is still on this TV. It has not been ripped out. It has not been nerfed. They even added a new mode called Adobe Vision setting. We can do profile 1 or profile 2 and apply it across your entire TV. So I'm gonna reset all of that stuff. Oops, reset. Yep. So there you go, peeps. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say, and that's the thing I don't like about Ghost of Tsushima is it spends too much time in the nighttime settings, and I understand the point of day and nighttime things, but I like the daytime. I like playing the game in the daytime settings. I know there's a way you could change it, but I've never actually figured it out. I know it's supposed to be you swipe left or swipe right, and it's supposed to change your day and nighttime modes. But yeah, so once again, I'm right. Everyone else is wrong. Don't mention any other YouTubers' names on my channel unless they're a good YouTuber like Whisper Status or Brass Tats or my guy at HDTV Tats. Or Wrath Cave. I love those guys because they're reasonable. They're professional. They don't rant and rave. They don't push lies or anything. So if you're going to listen to any YouTuber, listen to people like that. So talk to you guys later. Bye.